We know recycling's important, but did you know it's just as important to recycle the right way? Guidelines can vary depending on where you live. We're going to go over the recycling guidelines for Atlantic County. In an effort to help gather materials for World War II, certain materials were being collected right around 1940. This is the first big recycling initiative in this country. It wasn't until 1987 that recycling became law in this state. The Atlantic County Utilities Authority began collecting recyclables curbside the very next year. Many residents were also eligible to receive one recycling container each calendar year. During the early years, paper had to be separated from glass and cans. But with some machinery upgrades, we could offer single-stream recycling to the county. We were happy to have a partner company, today known as Republic Services. They helped process and sort material at the recycling facility beginning in 2010. Here's how it works. When the recycling truck is completely full, it drives inside of this building and dumps everything right on the floor. This is called the tipping floor. Then the mixed material rides conveyor belts through machines where everything gets separated. A team of workers helps sort this material too. Workers can sort about 125 tons of material each day and can process up to 25 tons an hour. Once separated, the material gets compressed and a thin wire wraps around it. Once baled, it gets shipped to another facility that will take that material and turn it into something new. Sometimes the factory can be in another country. Up until a few years ago, most of the world's recycling was exported to China. Unfortunately, the separated material contained a lot of things that shouldn't be there. The poorly sorted material wasn't worth very much in the end. As a result, China cracked down on contamination and became more strict on the type of material allowed to enter the country. Just to be clear, contamination means material that shouldn't be there, such as food and grease, and also tangly items, foam, bottle caps, and electronics, just to name a few. When this stuff is present, it can lower the quality, damage the machines, and even be dangerous to the workers. Right now, we are able to recycle about 85% of what's collected in Atlantic County, but we can certainly improve that, especially with the help of our community. We'd like to make recycling the right way easy to understand. Here are some key things to remember. If you flip over your plastic container, there's often a small number printed inside of a recycling symbol. The lower the number, the higher the quality. In Atlantic County, we are only collecting plastics labeled with the number 1 or number 2, and the opening of the bottle must be smaller than the base. Please recycle plastics number 1 and number 2 with necks smaller than the base. However, keep the caps off. They are made out of a different type of plastic which can be considered contamination and are so small that they can jam a machine too. Please recycle clean cardboard, and it's helpful to flatten boxes. During processing, a big wheel is able to send the flattened cardboard above everything for separation. Please recycle cartons, like orange juice or soup stock, without caps of course, but not frozen food boxes. Frozen food boxes have a thin liner of plastic coating on the inside. It's great because it keeps your frozen food from getting freezer burnt, but it's really tough to recycle. Please recycle clean glass jars. Please recycle metal cans. Be sure you've given them a quick rinse. The following items should not be placed in your recycling bin. No shredded paper. However, you can bring your shreds directly to ACUA. Here they're put into one container, which makes it easy to process when it's in one spot. No wrapping or tissue paper. It can be glittery or treated with chemicals. No pizza boxes. There can't be any crumbs, grease, or cheese inside. No aerosol cans like hairspray or spray paint. These cans can explode when crushed or punctured. We all have our part to do. Let's make sure we recycle all that we can, every place that we can, and that we do it the right way. When recycling in Atlantic County, remember to follow these guidelines. But keep in mind, guidelines can look different in other places outside of the county. Don't recycle anything full of foods or liquids. Yuck! Your recycling should be loose in the container, no bags. When bags are included, they get wrapped around the machines and a worker has to crawl inside to cut the bag free. You can bring plastic shopping bags back to the grocery store. They often have a special collection bin at the front of the store. From here, they can be sent straight to a facility for processing and turned into things like benches or plastic lumber. Wish-cycling is what happens when you put something in the bin that you aren't completely sure belongs. We learned that recycling the wrong way can be detrimental to the whole process and even endanger workers. Please follow these guidelines to recycle the right way in Atlantic County. Do you have a question? Reach out. We're happy to help.